He cooks the most expensive instant ramen in Korea every single day, but he never eats a single bite. He just snaps photos for social media. And the reason he does this to cover up the fact that he's a serial killer. He's killed one stranger every year for 8 years straight. But thanks to those ramen photos, the cops have no clue he even exists. Even the victim's own parents have no idea their kids are dead, because he uses each victim's phone to run their social media. And every time, he tags the location in some other country. He fakes proof that the victims are still alive. His killing routine is super specific too. The first step is always getting his hands on the target's phone. Late at night on the bus, drunk or exhausted passengers are the easiest marks. They forget their phones all the time. This method's slow, but it's the safest one, because only by going through the phone can he learn everything about the owner before moving on to phase 2. This time, the phone he picked up belonged to a cute young woman. He tried a few passwords, but none of them worked. So he picked up the phone and slammed it down on the table. When Robin couldn't reach Nami, she headed over to her place to check on her. But Nami was nowhere to be found. Robin got a bad feeling and pulled out her phone to call the cops. Right then, she spotted a foot sticking out from under the tablecloth. A chill shot through her. She yanked the cloth back. Turns out Nami got so drunk last night that she passed out under the table. When Nami woke up, she realized her phone was missing. She borrowed Robin's phone and called her own number.
안녕하세요. 저 핸드폰 주인인데요.
안녕하세요.
The guy who picked up Nami's phone was clearly a man. He used a voice changer app to disguise himself as a woman. He said he'd found the phone on the bus, but the screen accidentally got cracked. He told her he was going to take it to a repair shop. Then he gave Nami the shop's address. When Nami showed up totally unsuspecting, she found herself in a beat-up old building. Barely anyone even lived there. She walked into the repair shop and spotted her phone right away. The screen was definitely smashed. The repairman handed her an info sheet to fill out. The most important blank, the phone's password. Nami had no clue this repairman was the same guy who'd picked up her phone. All she wanted was her phone fixed ASAP, so she filled out everything. Once Teach had her password, he started his sick little routine. First, he cracked open the motherboard and swapped in a new camera. Then he installed the new screen and unlocked the phone with her password. He quickly loaded it up with spyware. Then he synced all of Nami's data straight to his own phone. Nami had no idea. She even thanked Teach on her way out. The second she left, Teach's phone lit up. Nami had just unlocked her phone. Now every single thing she did was right there on Teach's screen. He even controlled her phone's camera. He learned everything about her in no time. Her favorite drink, the games she played, what time she went to bed, what time she woke up, her commute to work, what she ate for breakfast, even her bank balance. Teach knew it all. He used remote access to log into all her accounts and snoop through everything. Just like that, Teach had Nami's whole life in his hands. Going through her texts, he even figured out she was close with her boss and about to get a big promotion. A sunny, hard-working target like her, that's exactly Teach's type. And he was about to destroy everything she had. After analyzing all her data, he narrowed it down to the 3 people closest to her: her dad, Robin, and her boss. Nami was about to become his 9th victim, all because she lost her phone. Teach's next move was to slip into Nami's real life and destroy her with his own hands. That night, he dressed up exactly as Nami's type. He started hanging out at her bubble tea shop constantly. Every visit, he ordered the same grapefruit juice. Handsome face, warm smile, all the same interests as her. Nami fell for him fast. They were chatting non-stop in no time. Nami thought their personalities, looks, values, everything matched perfectly. She thought she'd finally found love, but her dad warned her it was way too much of a coincidence. He told her to stay away from this guy, but Nami was already too far gone. She got into a huge fight with her dad. She thought he just didn't get what love at first sight felt like. And Teach watched the whole thing through her phone camera. Once Nami fell asleep, Teach took over her phone and sent her dad an apology text. Her dad was relieved to see it. Then Nami sent him a link asking him to click and help her out with something. Her dad clicked without thinking twice. Little did he know, that link was Teach's spyware. Now her dad's phone was bugged too. Teach found out a package her dad had ordered was about to arrive. So he dressed up as a delivery guy and dropped a box at the door. Her dad didn't suspect a thing and walked right out to grab it. Sure enough, there was a box waiting. But the second he picked it up, Teach jumped him from behind. Right at that moment, it started pouring rain. And that rainstorm washed up the bodies Teach had buried in the mountains. The cops started digging that very night. They ended up finding 8 brutally murdered bodies in the same spot. Every fingerprint had been destroyed, every face mutilated. There was no way to ID them quickly. When Detective Smoker hit a dead end, one of his officers found something new. He found an IV nutrient bottle near the burial site. But out here in the middle of nowhere, who would be feeding a tree? Smoker thought that was weird, so he searched the area. He found one tree that stood out from all the others. What really got him was the name tag hanging from it. It read Kobe. Smoker froze, because his own son was named Kobe. But Kobe had run away from home 7 years ago. And from what Smoker knew about his son, the kid was a total wimp. He couldn't even swat a mosquito, so how could he possibly be a killer? But nothing in life is ever certain. He decided to try and contact his son. That night, he snuck into his wife's phone. He and Kobe weren't on speaking terms. He didn't even have his number. Turns out his wife had been in contact with Kobe this whole time. And every time Kobe reached out, he was either asking for money or asking her to mail him kimchi. Smoker tracked down the shipping address and went to check it out. Nobody was home, so he snuck inside to search the place. He was stunned by what he found. The nail polish on Kobe's desk was identical to the polish on one of the victims. A photo on the wall looked just like one of the dead women too. Smoker yanked open the closet. It was packed with the victim's clothes. A suitcase inside was stuffed with their bank cards. Smoker started snapping photos like crazy. Meanwhile, Teach finished disposing of Nami's dad and headed home. Just as he was about to unlock the door, he noticed the marker he'd left on the doorframe had been disturbed. He knew right away someone had broken in. He crept around to the window. Sure enough, Smoker was inside searching the place. By now, Smoker had found the key evidence. A notebook with detailed info on every victim and the exact plans for killing them. Suddenly, his phone buzzed. An unknown number sent him a text. "Dad, it's been a long time." Then they sent him a photo. It was a picture of him looking at the notebook just seconds ago. Smoker realized his son was right outside. He bolted out the door, but the street was completely empty. Then more photos came in. He realized they were taken from the rooftop across the street. But when Smoker raced up there, he just found another remotely controlled phone. He'd been played. He rushed back to the apartment. But now the whole place was flooded. The footprints were washed away. The suitcase full of evidence was gone. Teach got away clean. But the cops were onto him now. He had to move fast. Just as Nami was about to fall asleep, her phone got a text. Then it auto-deleted itself. A shadow flickered past her window. Then someone started pounding on the door. Nami jumped up in terror. The knocking stopped. Now she heard someone punching in her door code. Nami grabbed a knife and stared at the door, heart racing. The door swung open. A phone reached inside.